solves itself. That's what Joe Biden says.
Oh, yeah, he said that.
I'm not being critical, y'all. I really mean this. It was legitimate questions you're asking me. Asking me, well, guess what? Employers can't find workers. I said, yeah, pay them more. This is an employee's bargaining chip now.
And Joe Biden went on to say,
Oh, yeah.
ease his pain of low wages. That's the line. You're hearing it from the punditry on the left. Jordan Weissman writing in Slate.com. Everyone's quitting their job. Hooray! He writes, when a lot of workers are quitting, it's usually considered a sign that the economy is doing well, since people typically aren't willing to leave one job unless they're pretty confident that they can find another. At least he admits that, yeah, things are a little bit more complicated now because a lot of people are leaving their jobs or staying out of work because of the unusually high unemployment benefits that they're receiving.
And then Biden extended the moratorium on evictions for one more month.
This is all look at the silver linings. This is government policy that is going to produce perhaps unforeseen but nonetheless positive benefits. Jordan Weissman, the extra financial cushion is probably giving some people the courage to try entrepreneurship. Pursue a fun lark like becoming a professional video game streamer. Sure. Why not underwrite everybody's hopes and dreams? Hey, take a chance. Spin the wheel. What did you really want to do before you were grinding it out at a retail establishment that you didn't really enjoy? Because everybody has to be completely fulfilled in order to work, or they shouldn't work at all, and everybody else should pay for them to find their niche. That seems to be the philosophy. It's an interesting one, sort of a juvenile one, but interesting nonetheless. For more on the details of the impact of the policies pursued, pleased to be joined again by Casey Mulligan, professor of economics at University of Chicago. He served as the chief economist of the White House Council of Economic Advisors in 2018 and 2019. And he's the author of You're Hired, Untold Successes and Failures of a Populist President. Casey, thanks for joining us again. Appreciate it.
Good morning, guys.
So this piece that you and your colleague from the Texas Public Policy Foundation, Mr. E.J. Antoni, did for the Wall Street Journal that just sort of quantifies what we're talking about here, because we need numbers in order to respond to what Joe Biden and others are saying, that we just have a wage problem, not a work problem.
Yeah, we understood this bonus for what it is. It's a bonus. It goes on top of other things. And so you often they'll say, well, nobody wants to survive on $300 a week. Well, $300 a week is not what you get paid when you're out of work. That's a bonus. And so we found that two adult families can be collecting over $100,000 a year. If these were to extend for a year, over $100,000. The bonus is part of it. We also, believe it or not, had an unemployment system before Biden came along, and that is kicking in cash. You have various programs to pay for your health insurance, which Biden expanded. You have food stamps. You have various tax credits, and this all adds up to real money, and you end up getting paid more than most workers are getting paid, which is an economically perverse situation, and it's also totally unfair that the people doing the work get less.
And there's some some governors in certain states that said, no, we don't want the extra unemployment added on. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, because you have these other programs that we already had a safety net there for people, Biden's bonuses are putting people on these programs longer, the old programs. And so the old programs are going broke, and not to mention that it's totally perverting the marketplace, and the businesses and the consumers are clamoring to get back to normal, so that these Republican governors have taken that step. They lose federal money from their state, but at least they can stop having their existing programs headed on a fast path to bankruptcy.
Right. I mean, the question, I suppose, for those who are promoting the enhanced benefits and celebrating people quitting their jobs or choosing not to work until the benefits run out is, if this is such a good idea, then why don't we extend it in perpetuity? If you can just do this by waving a wand and, as you point out, in blue states that haven't suspended the $300 bonus, the average annual unemployment insurance benefit for a family of four with two parents out of work is more than $72,000, which is higher than the median household income in the United States. So if you can just do that by fiat, as we've been doing that, then why ever stop?
Yeah, you wouldn't want to stop if you had that kind of magic. But wages come from productivity. And that all these schemes that Biden's doing is actually making our workers less productive. Everything's getting rearranged on a temporary basis, even if we're on a permanent basis, to try to minimize damage from government rules and regulations, and that makes our workers less productive, and then they're going to get less paid less. The whole market is to create value, and then that value can be handed over to employees. You're not creating value anymore. There's nothing there for employees to have.
So I was talking to a friend of mine who runs a manufacturing concern in the south suburbs of Chicago. He's like, I need 15 more line guys. I can't get anybody to work. I've upped my wage to about definitely north of $15 an hour, maybe like $18 an hour, $18.50 an hour. Still can't get anybody to work. And and he doesn't understand. It's like, I thought this was about creating jobs. I thought people want jobs and a living wage and so on and so forth. And the response, of course, is, the response from the left here is, of course, well, if $18.50 is not the market clearing wage, then you just have to keep going up. He's like, well, I can't keep going up because I can't make the numbers work to operate my business if I go up any further. And this is still, reconfiguring things even to make $18.50 work, in quotation marks. Connection that you just made. It's just, hey, people aren't coming back, then just keep going up and up and up until they do.
Yeah, I mean, that's not going to work. I mean, that's just going to make things more expensive that people buy. The things that unemployed people buy will be more expensive. The things employed people will buy. So the purchasing power of your wage is not going to increase on that path. Biden just doesn't make any sense. But he's pressured by people in his party, I think, to say this kind of nonsense.
And the other thing, just to put a fine point on it, the idea that all of economics, I mean, this is sort of a Bastille, something that was articulated by Bastiat, that all economics should be viewed through the eyes of the consumer.
That's right.
And just develop why that is. Give us people a perspective, because we don't do a good enough job. We need to do a better job of doing the dot connecting, worker and productivity. Raising the costs of inputs raises the cost of outputs, reduces your purchasing power. We just don't do a good enough job of articulating this, I think.
Yeah, I mean, a big purpose for working is to have a standard of living. To have your kids taught in school, to have a car to drive, a house to live in, and those are real goods and services that have to be produced. And so the market is doing all these things together. And, in a dreamland of Biden's, these would be separate, and people could get paid a lot without producing a lot. But that just doesn't happen in the real world.
So what should President Biden do today to make this better?
Resign.
Or to try to get the economy back to normal?
Well, ending these emergency programs, the bonus program and the health insurance programs, the emergency's over. End them. It's a pretty straightforward thing to do. That's what he should do. I'm doubtful that he'll do it.
He is Casey Mulligan, professor of economics at University of Chicago, served as the chief economist of the White House Council of Economic Advisors in 2018 and 2019. The book, You're Hired, Untold Successes and Failures of a Populist President. Casey, Professor Mulligan, thanks for joining us as always.
Have a good day.
Thank you. And he joined us on our turnkey.pro answer line.
Listen to podcasts of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
Balance of Nature's fruits and vegetables in a capsule, changing the world one life at a time. I'm healthy. I want to stay healthy. I like the idea of what the product is all about. I believe in the body's ability to heal itself, and I also believe that fruits and vegetables from God's great earth are the best way to do that. This is derived right from fruits and vegetables, and there's no extra chemicals involved. And I thought, you know what? If I can just keep my immune system super strong, I'm in favor of it. So far, I've been able to avoid any sicknesses, and I just like to stay out ahead of these things.
Get a wide variety of all your daily recommended servings of whole fruits and vegetables without having to leave your home. Right now, Balance of Nature is offering free shipping and 35% off on any new preferred order. Call 1-800-2468-751. That's 800-2468-751. Or go to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
If you own or run a small or mid-sized business, listen up. We know the last year has been challenging. The pandemic impacted your business in ways that you could never have imagined. And the challenges continue, as we were talking about with Professor Casey Mulligan. But we also know that you've continued to work hard to serve your customers and clients, and you made it through to the other side. And now AM 560, The Answer, and Signature Bank want to do something for you. We want to provide a boost for one deserving business with our Business Boost contest. We want to give a local business a marketing package valued at $75,000. Use the boost to get your business back on track or take it to the next level. All you have to do is tell us how you've overcome the challenges of the last year and how this business boost could help you. To enter, go to 560theanswer.com/boost. That's 560theanswer.com/boost. Terms and conditions apply. Entries must be submitted by August 1st. Presented by Signature Bank.
Have you been diagnosed with alopecia areata, also known as AA or patchy hair loss? Millions of Americans are diagnosed each year, and researchers are constantly developing new treatments. At our dermatology research clinic in Chicago, we're enrolling children and adults in paid research studies. If eligible, you could earn up to $1,500 for participating, and the treatment will be available to you at no cost and without involving insurance. To find out more, go to skintrialsil.com. You'll be paid for each visit, and you can schedule convenient appointments with our dermatologists that fit your schedule. Just go to skintrialsil.com. If you've been diagnosed with alopecia areata or other skin conditions,